dear audience. This is the part second of our learning pursuit, where we are learning how to pronounce English or how to pronounce entries of the dictionary in received pronunciation. In our first part, we have discussed that English is the lingua franca of this global village, and we being professionals, we lawyers, business professionals, entrepreneurs, IT professionals, people from business and finance, banking sector, very often we give presentations to our audience, and in order to in fact sell our products or in order to market our services. That presentation needs our ability to communicate in an effective manner. As a lawyer, your ability to communicate with received pronunciation and to put forth your point of view accurately with absolute confidence, you need to have ability to communicate as a speaker who is conversant and comfortable with the language. In order to acquire that ability, one of the paramount consideration is that the words we are using in order to develop an expression and in order to put forth some of the facts, those words must be pronounced in received pronunciation. We should not stammer, we should not gabble, and the way we utter must inspire confidence. For that purpose, we need to know the correct pronunciations. That shouldn't be our local accent, that needs to be the received pronunciation, which is standard accent. Now, let's start this learning. If I share with you that there are 26 letters in English and there are 26 alphabets in English, and we divide these 26 alphabets into two parts. One is vowel sounds, A, E, I, O, U, and the second segment is the consonant sounds. That is B, C, D, F, G, H, and so on. And now these vowels and consonant sounds have their alphabets, they have their own sounds. And in order to pronounce entries of the dictionary, we need to know the sounds of those symbols. Now, in this era, in this 21st century, we all have a very easy access available on account of data bundles and Wi-Fi facilities to access to the Google default dictionary. We just type a word and go for the meaning of that word, and we will find, if I just show the same in the display here, let's say I have typed here the word S-T-A-G, stag. We can not only look at the transcription given underneath the word stag, but also we can listen to the received pronunciation of that word. But there is an interesting part which needs little more learning, which needs little more effort actually in order to utilize the ability to communicate effectively. And that is that this letter number 7 of English alphabet, G, has two sounds. One is G and second is J. Now in stag, the sound is G, whereas if I type another word for you, the similar letter, that is the similar word, letter G, number 7 letter of English alphabet, as sounds G in stag. When you use the similar letter and you type a word that is stage, if I take you to the screen which appears in front, you will find that the word stage, S-T-A-G-E. Now, underneath this entry of the dictionary, there is a transcription given, there is a pronunciation given between these two diet lines or backslashes. You will find that the last symbol used sounds like J, and you will pronounce it as stage instead of stag, as we pronounced in the previous word. So the last letter, second last letter of English alphabet, that is G, used in STAGE, is pronounced as J. So that is stage. Now, the difficulty arrives when we will find that the similar word is used, the similar letter is used in a word like, let's say, if the word is, let me type this word for you. There is a word GIGANTIC. Now, in this word, you will find that the letter number 7 of English alphabet is used twice. And if I take you to the display here, you will find that in the word GIGANTIC, the first G is pronounced like J, and the second G is pronounced like G, and ultimately you pronounce it as gigantic, of very great size or extent, huge or enormous. That is the meaning given. Now, if you are familiar that these sounds which are given next to the entry of this dictionary, these two symbols sounds like J and G, you can always pronounce words in received pronunciation. So this is the beginning of the understanding of received pronunciation, or the accent which is known as standard accent. And if you go to London, for instance, you will find that this is also known as Londoner accent, Queen's English, King's English. So my understanding is, as a student of English language and as a student of law, that when we are required to acquire a language, why not to acquire it in received pronunciation, to acquire it with the standard accent, in order to compete with the world around and in order to become an effective part of the global village. With these words, have a blessed day. Looking forward to see you in the part 3 of this series. Thank you.